Let me ask you a question. What the hell is Jonathan Taylor doing, Dylan? Or Nola's dad, rather?
You can call me whatever you want. You want to call me Nola's dad, Dylan, Buffalo Dill.
Whatever flows.
Whatever comes to your mind, Tank.
Just don't call me a bitch.
Just don't call me broke. Hey!
Hey!
Dude, I have no idea what Jonathan Taylor's doing right now because he's going to be the one they're going to be calling broke soon enough.
Oh!
This dude, he's entering his 4th year, right? Because it's his contract year off his rookie year.
Yes, sir.
And this man is acting a fool. Better yet, he's letting his agent act a fool for him and ruining ties with the Colts and many other teams within the league.
Right. So here, let me break down the little timeline we have for this Jonathan Taylor saga.
Let me hear it.
So let's go all the way back to April.
Can I just say one thing before we do
Go
that?
ahead.
God damn, Tank. I know I bash the Colts all year, every year. I just feel bad for you at this point. Like it was looking up, dude. You bring in AR-15. He looks like an absolute fucking savage. He's gonna be great. Team's gonna be good this year. Not gonna hopefully have as many injuries. And then here we go. Here we go. Not even 3 days into the training camp, and one of the top 5 running backs in the league is requesting a trade from your team.
So back in April, he says things will happen naturally.
Yeah.
I'm the one that put the pen to the paper. They drafted me. I have the obligation to go play for them and do my thing, and all the contract negotiations will happen naturally. In May, a couple weeks later, Jonathan Taylor hires a new agent, Malachi or whatever the fuck his name is, Rick Ross wannabe looking guy. He hires him. In June, Jonathan Taylor says he wants to retire a Colt.
Okay.
So at that point, as a Colts fan, you're like, oh shit, all right,
Hey,
that's cool, that's great.
Good news.
Because they call him in the locker room, they call him the mayor. He's the guy they look to, man. He's the leader of that team. So everything was all right. He's here to stay. Fast forward to now in July. Jonathan Taylor reports to camp. All right, looks good.
Came to camp. Not many do.
Yeah. But then this is where things start to take a little shift, huh? Everything happens with Barkley and the Jacobs situation. All the running backs have their Zoom meetings.
Right.
This and that. Turns out JT requests a trade. Then JT goes on the PUP list. From there, Irsay tweets about the running back situation. Malachi tweets about Irsay's tweet. Irsay then says Colts have not offered JT a contract.
Oh.
Then Irsay also says Colts are not trading JT.
Ooh. Sit him down.
Now, this came out yesterday. Reports came out that JT failed the physical beginning of right before training camp. That say that he has a back injury that was off the field, and he may be heading to the non-football injury list. Damn. And so what does that mean? That means if he's on the NFI, he's not playing this year and he's not getting paid. And all this contract stuff will go to next season. Then lastly here on this Jonathan Taylor saga timeline, he responds to the back injury report and saying, I think you need a new source because I'm okay. What the fuck is going on here? I've never seen nothing like this before.
No,
Is this the quickest heel turn you ever seen in your life?
It is the biggest NFL heel turn I've ever seen.
Hoodie JT.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. I just don't even know where to begin on unpacking this. I mean, what is your perspective? You're the fucking Colts fan. That's your guy, bro. You love JT.
So originally, I'm like, okay, top 3 running back for sure, right? When fully healthy, no doubt. Easily top 5. This is the opportunity where maybe you can reset the running back market, right?
Right.
They have the opportunity. Jim Irsay, we all know he doesn't have a problem paying nobody.
No, not afraid to spend the dough.
No, even especially for those that provide something to the Colts, yeah, he's going to pay you.
Right.
Even if you don't, if we want to win now, he's going to try to buy into that.
Right.
If you treat the organization right, this and that, which JT,
he
has.
He did.
And he proved it on the field, too, when he's healthy. So, yeah, exactly. So, I'm like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity here. But now this is where it starts to get tricky. So if all of this would have happened 2 seasons ago when it came off the 1,800-yard rushing season, okay, you got an argument, my friend. But that's not the case. Last season, gets hurt, misses most of the season, had, I think, like 4 touchdowns last year.
Right.
Only one was, like, memorable.
Yeah.
That long one against the Raiders. Other than that, injured, didn't look great on the field. Everything about that team was all fucked up, right? To say the least. And to be nice about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, he has no leverage here, bro. He's coming off a season-ending ankle injury. Now he's got a back injury, which
reports of a back injury.
Yes, and the source it came from, Campbell. He's been on the Colts beat for 20+ years, so he has his sources are there. So to finish, I guess just wrap up what I was saying. Like, Irsay's he's in the right, man. Like, people are overreacting, or they're reacting to what he said yesterday or 2 days ago. Listen, he said, if I die tonight and JT's out of the league tomorrow, the league moves on. No one's going to miss us. We move forward.
That is true.
He said it's a privilege to play in this league, this and that. So, and, you know, like I said it the last 2 episodes, if the motherfucker could play, pay him.
Pay the man.
Especially when he's your number one player on offense.
Yeah.
Not even offense, the whole team.
Right.
But as shitty as it sounds, the market is the market, man. The market's the fucking market.
Hey, blame Zeke, that fucking bastard. It's crazy because I feel bad for the running backs. I really do feel bad for the running backs as far as like them not being able to get these big time contracts. But the shelf life of a running back is never there. You know what I mean? But then you could say you got guys like Derrick Henry who've been doing it, but that's an anomaly. You know what I mean?
Right. And then I guess, too, another anomaly is like the CMC and Kamara contracts, too.
But the problem is CMC is you never know if he's going to be healthy the full year.
Yeah.
He plays so fucking hard that this dude literally just can bury himself into the ground.
That plus you, especially with the market is right now, you're not going to see those contracts.
But this is my take on the Jonathan Taylor thing is there's a couple ways you can go with this, man. Okay. Maybe JT's telling the truth, right? His back doesn't really hurt. Maybe, you know, the Colts are in on it with the beat reporters say, hey, let's put this out there and let's say that Jonathan Taylor has an injury.
Yeah. And it sucks because, I mean, you got to think that way, too, and play devil's advocate, right?
That's the problem with sports and ownership and stuff like that. They can spin the narrative however they want. They're the ones with the money. So, you know, say that's the narrative, that Jonathan Taylor actually isn't injured, and they're just spinning that so they can sit him for the entire year, ice him, right? Mm-hmm. And then they can get away with not paying him for a year. Okay, that's one scenario, right? That they just wasted a year of his career, which could be a possibility. But then on the other coin, you got Jonathan Taylor that this is where you go where he actually has an injury, right? He's actually got the back injury, and this man's asking for the big-ass contract with some guaranteed money.
Yo.
It's like
$16 million to $20 million they're asking
a year?
for. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And then you come to camp, and you can't even pass. If
you don't even know if you're playing this year, bro.
legitimately, you come to camp with a back injury, and you're asking for 16 to 20 million, bro. What are you thinking? Like, we can't go. Like, I can't go to work. Or I can't say I want a raise and then not go to work and fucking sit out because I want a raise. You know, these players, I think, just get so disconnected with reality that it becomes like a TV drama for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go to camp. Like, bro, like, everybody else has to show up to work. Why don't you? Like, go do the work and earn the contract.
Well, the thing is, he's at camp, right?
Yeah.
And a part of that is because with the new CBA or whatever, if you don't show up to camp, you're getting fined. So you can't really hold out. He's holding in a way, but so I mean, you were kind of mentioning like speaking on both sides of like the different scenarios, but from the outside looking in, especially from the quote I just read from April, I don't think this is him, bro. Hey. And I think this is the agent. Like he's telling him, yeah, I'm gonna guarantee you, we're gonna get you 16 to 20 mil. And this is how we're gonna. This is what we're gonna do to get there.
You ever hear the T.J. Watt story where TJ
kicked down the door.
He kicked down the fucking door, walked in the office, and said, "What are we doing here? I'm signing the fucking contract. I don't care about the money. Let's go play football."
Yep.
That's a situation where Jonathan Taylor, the mayor, could walk in. If this agent is really the one that's causing all this drama, he could walk in that office and say, "What the fuck am I doing here? Let's get this money. Let's play this game and let's fucking win some football games."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if his quote was, "I want to retire a Colt."
Obviously, he's eligible for the contract extension, but like, just play out this year. If you're back, cool. Like I said earlier, Jim Mercer ain't afraid to pay nobody. If you're back to what you were like 2 years ago, you might get your 16 mil. Goddamn, you might reset the market, and that's what he's fighting for, right? So it's like, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. Like even with Saquon, he voiced his opinions.
Yeah.
He had the right people in his corners. Like, yo, listen, this is just what you have to do right now.
Sign this shit.
Like you're still getting like, what was it, 11 million? You're still getting 11 million.
Yeah.
That's like in the middle of the pack, so it's not bad.
If he doesn't play this year, does that mean his fourth year is next year? Like if this year completely washed, they put him on the ice for the whole year.
So it depends if he's on the non-football injury list.
Yeah.
It just carries over. Like next year will be his contract year. Like
next year would
nothing.
Be
if he's on the the NFI, non-football injury list. But if he sits out on his own and doesn't play, I think I've seen the tweet earlier. He's got to pay, like in fines, like I think over $200K a week.
Jesus Christ.
So at that point, I think the tweet mentioned this too. If you do the math at like let's say he misses the whole season, the value on that is more than what he's made since playing in the league.
That's insane,
bro. Like just play this year.
Yeah.
If you know that you're that guy and you think you deserve the top value market deal, then you're gonna go play, prove it on the field, and you're gonna get it. Because look around the league, bro. In Jonathan Taylor's case, what scenario is better for him than Indianapolis right now?
Exactly. A good offensive line, hopefully a future franchise quarterback. They really don't got high expectations this year. He'll get abundance of workload because I'm sure they're not going to overwork Richardson. You know what I mean? Like he's going to be the go-to guy, and then he could say, "Hey, pay me." But I mean, dude,
it's crazy, bro. I've never seen nothing like this.
Yeah, you could play. I mean, he's just got to look at the Le'Veon Bell situation and think to himself, like, do I want to turn out like Le'Veon Bell?
Well, Le'Veon Bell just came out and said, I fucking regret doing that shit.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. Josh Jacobs didn't report to camp. He's going to say nobody's talking about that, but he's not reporting until he gets some paychecks. Same thing. He deserves top dollar.
Yeah, so I guess in his case, it's slightly different because he did have a healthy year and was like the number one back last year. So, okay, Raiders, they should pay him.
Yeah.
But I guess the Colts are a little like shaken up right now because like they're like 50-50 of playing both sides of the fence. Like we want to pay him, bro. But he's coming off a hurt year and he hasn't been top of the league in 2 years.
You can't. There's no justification to pay him. And it's sad to say because I'm always for the players getting the money.
Oh, for sure, me too.
But
pay him. If the motherfucker could play, pay him.
I get it. You want to secure financial stability, but you can't just go in there and say you want the highest paid contract and have a back injury.
And the track record does show, like I said earlier, Irsay, he's definitely a player's owner.
Yeah.
I know you can say what you want about the Andrew Luck shit, right? Like they never put offensive line in front of him, whatever. But other than that, he takes care of his guys. If you provide something to the team and actually put the effort in, and even if you're like a big community guy, and you make the Colts look good, you make Irsay look good, he's gonna pay you the rest of your life, bro. He paid Andrew Luck to retire, $26 million.
Didn't ask for it back.
He's still paying Edgerrin James money. He bought him a brand new car for going into the Hall of Fame a couple years ago. Reggie Wayne's going to have a job for the rest of his life. I'm sure if Peyton Manning wanted something to do with the Colts, he'd probably give him some type of percentage. Fucking Jeff Saturday was a head coach last season, bro.
Yeah, probably got a nice-ass contract.
So, I don't know what this is gonna look like, but I know this: money tends to fix a lot of things.
Yes, it does.
So
We'll see.
if he's healthy, he goes out there and performs well and shows some production. Yeah, he gonna get paid.